So we have with us Mr. Rohit Sharma, captain Indian cricket team, and Mr. Ajit Agarkar, chairman of selectors men's team. I'll request Mr. Agarkar to announce the Asia Cup 2023 Indian squad.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon everyone. The squad's Rohit Sharma captain, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Rahul, Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya as the vice captain, Ravindra Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah. Slow. Still getting used to it. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Rahul, Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya as the vice captain, Ravindra Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammed Shami, Mohammed Siraj, and Prasidh Krishna. And Sanju Samson will be the backup travelling player. The 17-man squad.
Have we settled? Everyone noted down the squad?
Yep.
Okay, we'll take one question at a time. We'll start from this side. Anyone has a follow-up question, please raise your hand again and we'll come back to you if the time permits. We'll start. Okay, please, first question.
Ajit, I just want to know from the squad that you've announced, how close are you to finalizing your World Cup squad?
I mean, it's really a no-brainer. We've picked these 18 guys, so it'll be in and around those guys. There's few important guys who are coming back from injury. Hopefully, all goes well with them. They've got a few games now, in the Asia Cup. So yeah, it'll be close between these guys. But fortunately, we have some more time. 5th is the deadline, and we'll get to look at the players. There's a short camp followed by a couple of games before we announce the actual squad. But yeah, it'll obviously be around these guys only. It's but obvious.
Rohit, my question is to you is that how you see the role of the Hardik as a proper all-rounder or a proper batsman in the particular Asian conditions? Like Hardik, as you see him a proper batsman or a particular all-rounder who can be for the slots, all the shots. Like he can come in at any number from 5 to 8.
Yes, he can, and we have seen it over the years what he does. So uska jo role hai, it is going to be same. To bowl overs, bat the way he bats, and then field. There's nothing different that we want to ask him to do. What he does is probably what is required for us. And if he keeps doing that, I think the team will be very well balanced.
Rohit, still Asia Cup left before the World Cup, but you think the lead up to the World Cup so far has been good enough and you go into the big tournament as hosts, as favourites?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't believe that thought process of being favourites and underdogs and things like that. You just have to play well to win the tournament, to win games. It is as simple as that. It is for outside world to create that scenarios, situations, underdogs, favourites. You have to play well. All oppositions will be here to compete, and they'll be here to compete hard. We know that. We do understand that, and it can give you a little bit of advantage playing in your own conditions, to know the conditions better. That's all. Nothing more than that. Even a lot of these guys, the outside teams, they play in India a lot. They are very much aware of the conditions as well these days now. So there is again no such thing as being favourites or underdogs and things like that. I think as far as our prep is concerned, I think this is the right tournament for us to go and perform well, test ourselves, try and put ourselves under pressure, and respond to that pressure. That is how it is going to be, and that's how it has been before the World Cups for all of us, even previous years as well. So it's all about just collecting everyone's thought, and getting together as a group and getting the job done.
Ajit, could you talk about Tilak's inclusion? He's also part of the Asian Games T20 squad, which clashes with the start of the World Cup. Given that this is a 17-member squad, is it about giving exposure here, or do you see him as a real chance of even making the World Cup?
Yeah, look, I mean, like you said, he's part of the Asian Games. This isn't the World Cup squad. If he does make it, then that's irrelevant. So, yeah, but we've got the luxury of picking 17 right now. So, fortunately, we could give him. We saw some real promise. We've obviously known the potential in the West Indies. We saw some real promise in terms of not just performances but the temperament. And it gives us an opportunity to take him with the team, give him, like you said, some more exposure. Left-hander again, and looks very promising. So, fortunately, we can take 17 here. It'll be 15 in the World Cup. So, when the time comes, we'll probably make that decision. But at the moment, it at least gives us an opportunity, gives the coach and the captain an opportunity to have him with the squad.
राहुल और श्रेयस अय्यर की फिटनेस को लेकर जब आप लोग सिलेक्शन कमेटी में थे तो लेटेस्ट अपडेट क्या थी और क्या अब वो कमेटी मैच पे कभी तक पहुंचते हैं?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल. I think दोनों का long term sort of serious injuries. I think Shreyas is been declared completely fit. I think Rahul का last कुछ दिनों में not his original injury, but there is a niggle that उनको है. That's why Sanju is at the moment travelling. But the physios, I'm sure you all will get a report at some stage. He's expected to. We are all expecting him to be fit. If not at the start of the Asia Cup, maybe the second or third game. That's at the moment the diagnosis. But he's well on track. But Shreyas has been past fit, which is good news. Two important players for us here, and we still don't pick the team. हम लोग 5 तारीख तक World Cup की team pick नहीं करनी, so gives us more time.
क्या बातचीत हुई है नंबर 4 को लेकर, क्योंकि अब एशिया कप फिर उसके बाद वर्ल्ड कप?
You've got guys who can bat at number 4. It's not about number 4. It's about top 3 and then there onwards, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get the job done. It's not just one position who can win us the game or win us the tournament. I think it's about the entire unit, batting unit coming together and getting the job done. There have been challenges. Guys have been put under pressure and things like that, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, we've had few injuries along the line, so we had to try and see the other players in that position, try and rotate. There were a lot of players who missed out because of workload management and stuff like that, so we had to get someone else. And at the same time, try and see what combination suits you. We tried Aksar at number 4, being a left-hander, go and play freely, things like that. So we've tried stuff, and once we get into the World Cup, we want to be rest assured that this is what we want to do. We've got 6 and 3, 9 ODIs, I guess, before we play our first game, plus the two practice games as well. So there's a lot of games that we have that we can give these guys to go and bat and make that position their own.
Ajit, a question to you and a question for Captain Rahul. Ajit, एक तो केएल राहुल की आपने फिटनेस की बात की, हम सब जानते हैं वो विकेट कीपिंग भी कर रहे थे. Is he that fit कि वो वर्ल्ड कप में या फिर एशिया कप में विकेट कीपिंग कर पाए? एंड रोहित, एक छोटा सा सवाल आपसे कि इस वक्त अगर हम बात करें इंडियन टीम की, तो इंडियन टीम में कुछ ऐसे यंगस्टर्स हैं जो बॉलिंग कर सकते हैं. 2011 वर्ल्ड कप में ऐसे बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स थे जो बॉलिंग बैटिंग दोनों कर पा रहे थे. इस वक्त थोड़ा सा सीनियर प्लेयर्स में वैसा रोल नहीं देख रहे हैं. तो डू यू सी इंडियन टीम लेस प्रिपेयर्ड in terms of all-rounders caliber comparison, if we compare it with 2011 World Cup?
You're answering the bowling one. I'll answer Rahul ka.
Rahul, yeah.
नहीं, I think obviously Rahul plays as a wicketkeeper batsman, तो इसमें कोई और कोशिश वही है कि फर्स्ट मैच से फिट हो और उम्मीद भी वही है क्योंकि दोनों की जैसे मैंने कहा लॉन्ग टर्म इंजरीज थी एंड देव डन रियली वेल ओवर द लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स फिट होने को जो भी मैच सिमुलेशन था या जो भी देव गॉन थ्रू ये छोटा सा सेटबैक है केएल राहुल के लिए लेकिन वी आर ऑल होपफुल कि ही विल बी ओके बट जो आपका सवाल था ऑब्वियसली कीपिंग बैटिंग करके उनका रोल है टीम में बट ही इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेयर नीडलेस टू से
That was the team of 2011. They had the individuals who could bowl, who could bat. जो आपके पास अवेलेबल रहता है आपको उसी से काम चलाना पड़ता है और हमारे पास जो अवेलेबल है जो बेस्ट है जो परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं हम उनको चांसेस देते हैं यू कैन नॉट ओवरनाइट क्रिएट समवन हु कैन बोल इन द टीम यू नो इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट यू नो ऑल दीज गाइज आर बैटर्स एंड देव स्कोर्ड रन्स दैट इज़ वाई दे आर पार्ट ऑफ द टीम. But hopefully, you know, Sharma and Kohli can roll some arm over in the World Cup.
Yeah, we've convinced them. Yeah.
Chairman or captain can answer. The question is, if Rahul supposedly doesn't get fit, Kishan has done so well in West Indies. We have opened the batting. We have two form openers, Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. So where does Kishan fit in if he's playing in the first 11? In the middle order because he has played as an opener and scored runs.
Yeah, look, I mean, Ajit honestly has just come into the picture, you know, so he's not had a lot of conversation around what was happening before that. Obviously, he's joined us recently, so I've tried to keep him updated as much as I can. But look, you know, one thing I want in this team is to make sure that everyone is okay to bat anywhere. That is one thing that we need to keep in mind. It's very critical moving forward as Team India, not just in this format but any format, because you know cricket is moving in a different direction. You need flexibility. You need guys who can step up at any position. No one should be in the team saying that okay, no, I'm good at this position. I'm good at this position. We want guys to be able to bat anywhere they can, and that is the message that has been conveyed to every individual, not now. It's been happening for last 2, 3, 4 years. You know, so I know it's tough for you guys outside to understand कि ये 6 नंबर पे खेल रहा था कल आज 4 पे क्यों खेल रहा है बट उनको मैसेज दिया गया है प्रिपेयर्ड किया गया है दिस इज इंटरनेशनल स्पोर्ट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट it's not a club cricket that we are talking about. They should be able to go and bat anywhere, wherever the team requires them to do it. So it's not like कि हम रात को सोते हैं ये पोजीशन बोल के प्लेयर को सुबह को चेंज कर देते हैं ऐसा नहीं होता है उनको क्लियरली बताया जाता है कि this is what we want in this tournament. You should be able to bat anywhere, wherever the team requires you to bat. We don't want to be you don't want to be handicapped or stuck with one player batting in one position only. You don't want that. Of course, having said that, you want to get the best out of players in certain positions, but all 7, 8 numbers are open to anyone. Anyone can bat anywhere. That is the message that has been given to everyone since so many years. Like I remember कब से चल रहा है ये बात. So it's not like कि हम कल सुबह उठ के मैच के दिन बता देते कि आज ऊपर जाओ कल नीचे जाओ ऐसा नहीं है. ये लड़कों को बोला गया है कि this is what the team requires. You should be flexible.
Hi, a question to the chairman. So was there any discussion with regard to Shikhar Dhawan? Now going forward, is he not going to feature in the scheme of things as far as selection for Indian team is concerned?
I mean, at the moment we've just spoken about 3 openers here. Rohit is not a bad player. Shubman's had a phenomenal year and a half, 2 years. Ishan Kishan's, Shikhar's been a terrific player for India. We know his record. We know what he's done. I think since December, I don't think he's been. Was his last thing. So, look, he's been a terrific player. But at the moment, there are 3 guys who are doing really well. So, you can only fit 15 in a team. So, unfortunately, sometimes somebody has to miss out. So, these 3 guys have been prolific for India. So, at the moment, these are our preferred openers.
My question is for the selector, sir. Was there any talk about Yuzvendra Chahal? Were there discussions on him to be included on the Asia Cup squad?
Yeah, there was, of course. I mean, he's again, like we spoke about Shikhar before, again, terrific performer for India, but sometimes it's just the balance of the team or the combination. You're looking at guys, you know, Akshar Patel's done really well, who can bat as well. Kuldeep's obviously had a fantastic run at this point, and to fit two wrist spinners might be difficult. So, like I said, you can only fit 15 at this point. 17. Okay, we are a little bit fortunate that we can take a couple extra guys, but otherwise to fit two wrist spinners. So unfortunately, one has to miss out, and at this point, I think Kuldeep's a little bit ahead of him. So gives us a different kind of option, Kuldeep, and unfortunately has to miss out.
Yeah, for the chairman and the captain. Sir, was there a temptation to kind of just taking cue from her on the spinners bit to include an off spinner probably, just to avoid the situation of not having two wrist spinners? So was there a discussion on probably having two off spinners or even one off spinner? And for the captain, you know, in the last 10-11 months, injuries have been kind of troubling the squad's balance. So now when you look at the team sheet and the squad sheet going forward, are you kind of happy with the squad which you have in place, and you feel that, you know, whatever you wanted probably in the last 10-11 months, that has come out in terms of fitness wise, like you have the best talent at disposal now?
Yeah, I'll be happy on the day of the game with that team sheet. Everyone's available. I'll be happy then. But yeah, look, I mean, these are part and parcel injuries. Injuries are not just happening in India, but it's happening everywhere around the world. You know, if you look at England, Australia, injuries are happening. But I mean, what we try and do is try and, you know, do the best that we can, get some of the other guys to come and fit in the job, do the role, and things like that. When you have injuries, you can't really do too much other than, you know, thinking how can you get the other guys to come and do the role that the other guys were doing. That's all you can do, and hope for the best that, you know, the guys who are injured can come back quicker. Now that they are back, hopefully, you know, they stay on for a longer period of time. But again, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it because, you know, it's kind of, you know, we want to look at the positive side of it now and move ahead with that. Yeah, so that's what I think about, you know, when you talk about injuries. And I think the first part. Yeah, look, I mean, we had a deep discussion about an off spinner and about a leg spinner as well. Now, where the things actually boils down to is that batting option at number 8 and 9. You know, we wanted somebody who can bat at 8 and 9. And, you know, Akshar being Akshar, you know, he's had a good run in this year, batted well in white ball cricket, didn't get much opportunity in red ball, but he played really well in white ball cricket, especially IPL and things like that. He had few opportunities in West Indies, couldn't make it that big because he bats at the very back end of it. But, you know, with him being there, it allows us that option of firstly having a left-hander and somebody who we want to use up the order and go and, you know, play the spinners. He can do that for us, and then create that long batting depth. You know, that is what it is. And we thought about off spinner as well, Ashwin and Washi as well, both of them. But right now, like you saw, Chahal has to miss out because we couldn't get, you know, get him in because we can only get 17 players there. And the only way we could do that was missing one of the seamers, taking one of the seamers out, and we cannot really do that. Seamers are going to play a big role in this next 2 months, considering the amount of games that is going to happen. And, you know, some of them are coming back after a long time, so we wanted to have a good look at them. So we wanted to get them in and see what they have to offer. But yeah, having said that, I mean, no doors is closed for anyone at this point in time. Anyone can come in anytime. You know, Chahal has played a lot of cricket, a lot of white ball cricket. If we feel like we need him for the World Cup, we'll try and see how we can squeeze him. And so is Ashwin or Washi. So option is open for everyone.
Hi, Captain. Just an extension of the previous question. This is probably the first time that since you became India's full-time captain, you'll have the luxury of fielding all the players who are completely recovered from injuries. In such a scenario, how does your role change towards having a conversation with the guys who for the last year have filled in for, let's say, KL, Shreyas, Jasprit? Now obviously since all the 15 guys are equally fit, 9 or 10 times they will be getting the preference over the youngsters. What do you tell the youngsters who kind of had to fill in and they might have to wait a little longer for their chance?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's tough. It's tough because I've been myself in that place many a times. So I understand how it feels and how it is for someone who's been playing for a year and doing the job. But the guys who we are trying to get in are proven players. Have got loads of runs, won us so many games. So obviously you cannot neglect that part of their game. I do understand when guys like Tilak, Surya, Sanju, Jaiswal, and many others. I may have forgot few names, but these are the names who were there now in West Indies with us. I mean, they all have to wait for the time. They have to wait for the right opportunity. That is all I can say. And the constant conversation about where they stand in terms of moving forward is always had with the players. We always try and have those conversations with players. It's not like they don't know where they are at and what is going to happen in the future. They are very much aware of where they are at and what is going to happen in the future. Like it's always the case. Like guys who are proven players have done well, match winners. They are out for injuries. When they are fit, they will obviously get in the squad. Those kind of conversation is always had with the players. So it's not like it's out of the blue these decision happens. So players are very much aware of where they stand and what happens with them.
We'll take last few questions.
Rohit, obviously we are talking about injuries and your team has always focused on workload management and rotation of players. Even last year's Asia Cup was like that. You were trying out many players. Given that Bumrah is again coming back from injury, how worried or concerned are you? How much are you going to push players like them? Like last year, Bumrah was ruled out just before the World Cup. How difficult will it be to have a workload management and have a consistent 11 playing right to the World Cup? And one for Ajit, did you factor in the due factor in October, November while picking just two finger spinners and one wrist spinner? So was that a conscious decision that you have more seamers?
Yeah, I mean the due will play a part. I think we've seen it many a times. I think it's more the balance of the team. I think a good bowler is a good bowler. Good bowlers find a way to bowl in different conditions. Yeah, maybe sometimes it's a little bit easier for the seamers than the spinners to grip the ball. But we've seen good spinners bowl. So I don't think it was necessarily just the due. You want to try and get the best bowlers or best balance that you can get in your 15, and that's the best balance that we felt. I think these guys have been now this sort of group. Okay, we had a few injuries, Bumrah mainly, but this is the group that's been playing for a while now in one-day cricket. So no, due is a factor, but I think good bowlers find a way.
Yeah, see, when it comes to workload management, that decision, I'm not a workload management expert. All these decisions are made in consultation with the physios, the trainers, how much we can push, how much they can play in the tournament and thereafter. So all that consultations happen with the physios and the trainers because they are the best in what they do in terms of managing or understanding players when it comes to fitness and all of that. So based on all of that, the report we get, we try and make the decision and try and rest or rotate as many players as we have to. So it's all basically based on information that we get from the players, the physios, and the trainers. So we've got a good team in terms of that who are looking after everyone and everyone's need. So based on what kind of information we get, we try and act on that.
Ajit, आपको selectorly as a player
क्रिकेट खेला है, पूछना चाहूँगा, जैसे अभी कैप्टन ने कहा कि हम चाहते कि कोई भी किसी पोजीशन पे काम कर ले, बैटिंग कर ले या 7-8 प्लेयर है, तो इनकी फिलॉसफी ये है। आपको क्या लगता है कि एक सेट माइंडसेट के साथ जैसे प्लेयर होता है, वो जानता है कि मुझे 5वें नंबर पे आना है, फिनिशर का रोल करना है, या फिर ये ओवर्स डालने हैं पावर प्ले में, वो सही होता है? या फिर जैसा ये कह रहे हैं कि नहीं जी, हम तो ऐसा चाहते कोई भी कहीं भी कुछ भी करे, क्योंकि ये इंडियन टीम के साथ बार बार ये हो रहा है कि 10 साल से हम कुछ जीते नहीं है बड़ा टूर्नामेंट। क्या ये कंफ्यूजन रहता है हर एक बार? हमने देखा है कि इस पोजीशन को लेके कंफ्यूजन है, और बाद में हो सकता है वही पोजीशन को लेके सब गड़बड़ हो जाए, तो आपकी फिलॉसफी क्या है?
रोहित ने ये नहीं कहा कि कोई भी कहीं भी खेल सकता है, उन्होंने कहा कि फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी माइंड में होनी चाहिए प्लेयर के। प्लेयर को तो अपना रोल पता ही होता है कि आप कहाँ खेलने वाले हो, कौन से ओवर आपको लगता है मैच में आप करोगे, या कोई न्यू बॉल बॉलर नई गेंद से बॉलिंग करता है या मिडल ओवर्स डालता है, वो तो रोल आपका सेट होता ही है। लेकिन जैसे जैसे गेम इवॉल्व होता है या टूर्नामेंट इवॉल्व होता है, मे बी आप किसी का फॉर्म देखते हो, कोई सिचुएशन देखते हो कि कौन सी टीम के खिलाफ आप खेल रहे हो, और वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी प्लेयर के माइंड में होना ज़रूरी है। आई एम श्योर कैप्टन का भी एक प्लान ही होता है कि ये बैट्समैन यहाँ खेलेगा या इस तरीके से हम खेलेंगे। लेकिन अगर आप जैसे टूर्नामेंट आगे बढ़ रहा है, जिसका फॉर्म बेटर हो या कोई अच्छा खेल रहा है, या किसी को किसी एक मैचअप की बात करते हैं, किसी बॉलर के खिलाफ यूज़ करना है किसी बैट्समैन को, उसकी बात हो रही है कि वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होना ज़रूरी है। और उतना टैलेंट तो टीम में है ही, तो अगर टैलेंट है तो वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आ जाती है। डजेंट मीन के रोल स्पेसिफाइड नहीं है, लोगों का रोल तो ऑलवेज स्पेसिफाइड होता है, क्योंकि उसी से आप कंफर्टेबल फील करते हो।
मैं समझा था आपको अच्छे से। नहीं समझना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि अभी देखिए मैंने ये बताया कि फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ज़रूरी है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप ओपनर को 7 नंबर पे भेज दो या हार्दिक पांड्या को ओपन करा दो, वो नहीं होता है। शिखर धवन और रोहित शर्मा ने पिछले 8-7 साल में ओपन ही किया है, कोहली ने 3 पे ही बैटिंग किया है। 4-5 नंबर पे जो नए लड़के आते हैं उनको ओपन रहना ज़रूरी है कि वो ऊपर भी बैटिंग करे, नीचे भी बैटिंग करे। तो आप अगर पिछले, ज़्यादा पीछे नहीं जाऊंगा, पिछले 5 साल या 4 साल में आप देख लो, तो जो ओपनर का प्लेस है वो ओपनर उधर ही बैटिंग करता है। 3 नंबर वाला 3 नंबर पे खेलता है। 5 नंबर पे केएल राहुल आ रहा था, वो 5 नंबर पे ही खेल रहा है। हार्दिक 6 पे आता है, वो 6 पे खेलता है। 7 पे जडेजा है। तो नंबर 4 और नंबर कभी 5 का अगर ऊपर नीचे होएगा तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। उतना तो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी टीम में ज़रूरी है। और हम जब टीम में आए थे, हमारे भी पोजीशन, आप मेरा बैटिंग पोजीशन ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक देख लो, तो ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक बैटिंग हम सब यंगस्टरों ने किया है। तो वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ। तो ये नहीं कि हाँ ये ओपनर है, इसको 8 नंबर पे भेज दो और 8 नंबर वाले को ऊपर करा दो। हमने ऐसा ये पागलपंती नहीं करते हम। थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे टीम में रहना ज़रूरी है। नहीं, असर
शुरू में कहा कि नंबर 6 पे कोई खेल रहा है, कल को आप देखते कि 3-4 पे खेल रहा है, ये आपने बोला था अभी।
नहीं, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी अक्सर का एग्जांपल दिया मैंने। तो लेफ्टी है, बीच में स्पिनर डालते हैं, तो हम लोग को वैसा फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी चाहिए जो स्पिनर को जाके मार सके। तो ये इतना तो रहना चाहिए। हम लोग ये स्कूल का वो नहीं चल रहा है कि 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 वैसे ही चलेगा। यू नीड सम काइंड ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी टू बी, समटाइम्स सामने वाली टीम दोनों एंड से स्पिनर लगाएगी या फास्ट बॉलर लगाए, तो हमको देखना पड़ता है कि फास्ट बॉलर कौन अच्छा खेलेगा इस पीरियड में, तो उसको भेज दे। स्पिनर को कौन अच्छा खेलेगा उसको भेज दे। वैसा वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी चाहिए। ये नहीं कि तबाही मचाओ, ये नहीं।
ऋषभ पंत को लेकर कोई अपडेट है क्या आपके पास, या रोहित आपसे कोई पर्सनल?
ऋषभ पंत अनफॉर्चुनेटली अभी तैयार नहीं है।
विश्व कप तक क्या हम उनको,
अभी आज के तारीख में जो रिपोर्ट है, एशिया कप के लिए वो तैयार नहीं है।
रोहित, एक एशिया कप से जुड़ा सवाल है, पीसी खत्म ना हो। कमिंग एशिया कप में क्योंकि कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं हुआ, सीइंग योर कॉम्पिटिटर्स, पाकिस्तान जैसी टीम है, आपको आगे वर्ल्ड कप के लिए भी बड़े मैच के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है। दैट मींस वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि वी विल फेस पाकिस्तान इन द फाइनल। So how prepared, how confident you are for the team upcoming Asia Cup? How prepared is the team?
I mean, look, we have. नहीं बिल्कुल. अभी देखिए, अभी हम बैंगलोर में हमारा 6 दिन का 5 दिन का कैंप है. बहुत लंबे समय के बाद हमको ऐसा कैंप करने मिल रहा है जहाँ पे हम सारे प्लेयर्स को इकट्ठा करके कुछ स्किल बेस्ड वर्क कर सकते हैं. काफ़ी लंबे टाइम तक हमें ऐसा मौका नहीं मिला था. अभी अब मौका मिला है तो हमको उसको यूटिलाइज़ करना है. हम कोशिश करेंगे कि जो कमियां हैं हमारी टीम में, उस कमियों को वहाँ पर जाके वो करे, प्रैक्टिस करे. But see again, it's not just Pakistan. You know, there are other teams. Sri Lanka won the Asia Cup last year. So there are other teams also who are playing good cricket and will challenge us. So हमारे को तीनों चारों टीम जो है उनके लिए प्रिपेयर करना है, ना सिर्फ एक टीम के लिए.
एशिया कप के बाद हमारे वर्ल्ड कप से पहले ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज है हमारे पास, तो ये बेहतर मौका होगा कि बेंच स्ट्रेंथ को भी हम पूरा चेक कर सके और एक बढ़िया टीम जो है तैयार हो जाए उसके बाद.
देखिए, वर्ल्ड कप का सिलेक्शन तो आपका 5 तारीख को है, तो तब तक तो आपकी वर्ल्ड कप की टीम सिलेक्ट ही हो जाएगी. तो पहले एशिया कप इज़ द मेन एम, उसके बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया का 1 डेज़ का प्लान कर सकते हैं. लेकिन इस वक्त तो एशिया कप के लिए हम प्लान कर रहे हैं और आई थिंक 2 मैच, 2nd और 4th को 2 मैच है. उसके बाद तो वर्ल्ड कप की आपकी टीम अनाउंस हो जाएगी, तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के 1 डेज उसके बाद प्लान कर सकते हैं.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Just the last question from you.
Ajit, can you share some details as to what has happened with KL Rahul, the extent of that injury on niggle, and secondly, would you have preferred to have these players, both KL and Shreyas, play some competitive cricket before getting them straight into a tournament like Asia Cup, especially considering what has happened in the past with NCA? You know, so many players, almost a dozen players, have come out of NCA and have broken down time and again in the last couple of years.
I wouldn't be aware if they were past fit and then broken. I mean, injuries are part and parcel of the sport. Sometimes you can do everything and still come back and get injured. Bumrah and Prasidh Krishna have worked really hard over the last few months and they fortunately look good now. Shreyas has been past fit. He's done everything. They've already played 3 games at the NCA, 50 over games. KL Rahul, medically I think you'll probably get a report from the BCCI what exactly is wrong, so I don't want to go into that, but it's a niggle. It's nothing to do with the injury that he had, and from what we've been told, it shouldn't be too bad. So we are hoping that he's okay soon. And like Rohit said before, you know, you can only follow what has been told to you by the medical experts, and they are the top ones that are there at the NC, and they obviously put the players through everything that they can possibly. At the moment there's no real cricket going on for them to play any games, but we've still got month and a half to go for the World Cup, so that's plenty of time. So hopefully they get enough cricket before that.
Thank you
Thank
everybody.
you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you Rohit.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Everyone.